So, I had a computer back in 1986. I was 4 years old. I learned to read, I learned to type on a computer far before I learned how to read. Um, my parents would buy one console, the previous generation. Like when Super Nintendo was out, I would get Nintendo and whatnot. And they'd buy maybe one or two games a year. But we yard sailed, and I didn't have a lot of money, but I was a really cute kid, and we would go yard selling at rich people's neighborhoods, and I'd be able to get lots and lots of computer parts. So I always had computers to keep me interested, and they were exciting, and and gaming on a computer was something I had control over, and I could get the games myself, and I didn't have to worry about money, or I didn't have to worry about my parents getting them. And for my whole life, I was excited for computers and for PC gaming. And console gaming was just something I did in my spare time. Well, I fell off for about 10 years, and I came back into the world like 2 years ago. And I got into VR because Resident Evil was on Quest. And I was super into it, and I started making YouTube with it. And all of a sudden, computers became very important because Praydog had the Resident Evil PC VR mods, and they were next gen, and I didn't get to play any of them, and I was super excited. So I put all this money into a computer, right? And I spent about $2,000 for that one over there, and it was okay, but it struggled. Well, my family ended up getting me a $3,000 computer, right? And it did better, but it still just it wasn't good enough. And I ran into my first of many problems, right? And that was Nvidia. In my opinion, right? Nvidia got really greedy. In my opinion, they've been lying, and it seems to me like it's even spiteful now. Like, oh, you want more VRAM? Here's more VRAM, right? Like I feel like it's like Jensen and Nvidia are an abusive parent at this point, because I had an abusive parent like that. That's how it just feels to me. Maybe I'm taking it wrong. I don't know. And then AMD, they seem to have had a major issue with their high-end chiplet-based graphics cards. And it took them a year for their 7000 series to have VR support, like just a month or two ago. I can't handle that. So I started doing my research, and I found out that PlayStation VR 2 is 120 hertz, and in worst case scenario, it does this thing called reprojection, where it makes it half the frame rate, right? On PC, I could only get 90 hertz. So when it did that thing, it would drop down to 45, and the footage would be horrible, right? So I looked into it, and I got the right capture equipment, and I got the PlayStation VR 2, and it's amazing. It makes my professional life so much easier. Everything just works. I don't need to worry about the router, and I don't have to worry about Steam VR, and I don't have to worry about remote desktop, and I don't have to worry about the mod. It just works, and the capture is perfect. And it's so much better of a VR experience, and there's no more pop-in, and I don't have to worry about RAM. And one of the best parts is it frees me from being in the rat race with a PC. I am no longer worried about upgrading. I have an overkill computer for capture. I have an overkill computer for entertainment, for running a YouTube studio, for video editing. Like, those do those jobs. Well, this does the job, the PlayStation does the job of gaming better than anything else, right? For instance, right, the PlayStation can capture, and it can record and edit videos and publish them to YouTube. But it's not the best job for that. The best job for that is my computer over there called Premiere, right? Well, actually, the editing, the capturing part is best done on this one's called Steam VR, and the editing is best done on Premiere, right? Well, gaming is best done on PlayStation. It just is for me, right? Xbox has the Xbox Series S and the Series X, which means there's a lower denominator of the Series S that's causing all kinds of problems. They don't support VR, and I don't play Activision games, and I don't play Blizzard games, so I don't care about that. The things I do care about, Sony cares about, which is VR. And I use the headset as like a TV monitor, and I use the earphones, right? I bought these third party ones. It's put away. I'm not going to take it out right now. The Bionic Mantis earphones, over the earphones. So I have a 4K HDR screen with these really good ray traced audio over the ear headphones. I'm in another world. I actually started playing flat screen games again. And I don't have any stutter. I don't have any pop in. I don't have any problems whatsoever. It just works. And now I'm playing all of these experiences. They're not just games, right? They're not like the old games I used to play, but I'm playing Spider Man, and I'm playing Horizon, and I'm playing God of War right now. It's really good, right? And I'm really enjoying it. And having the really high quality HDR 4K visuals in this really immersive environment with these headphones sells me. So not only do I have what I know to be the best way to perform and to capture professional footage now, but now I also use it as a hobby, right? And I'm into gaming again. And it's a whole different world, right? When you're completely immersed in it. And I'm not giving up on PC, right? PCs have all kinds of purposes in my life, right? But they're not for gaming, and they're not going to be for a while, right? I'm going to stick with Sony, right? And apparently, the rumors are next year there's going to be a Pro version. I'll buy that. And apparently, during the Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, whatever thing, they spilled the beans and said 2027 is when the next generation is. So until 2027, right, I'm a console gamer, and I'm happy about it, right? So if you want to see some more videos like this, here's the playlist right here for it's called Building a VR Studio, right? It's all the parts I've built so far, right? And then right over here is Resident Evil Village. It's what I'm playing right now. So good. If you want to see what I do with all of this, right? This is whatever Google algorithm thinks you want to watch based upon your search history. And if you click on this heart in the bottom left, it'll subscribe to your channel. With that, I wish you all good night. Good night. All right, let me check the comments. I have to hold the microphone like this. I covered the microphone receiver last time, and the audio was crap. Let me check and see. Oh, cool. Got a couple of people watching. All right, well, show me the live chat. Oh, there it is. Oh, hey, Damon. FPS Shooter. Hey. It's me, the dog. That's a pretty cool name. I like that. Sonny! Hey, Sonny. How you doing, Sonny? Sonny, I sent you a message on Facebook. I'm getting better lighting next time. Right? Look at that. Consoles are just easier. Like, they just are. Like, they're just so much easier. Everything about it's easier. I like the store. I like the experience. Oh, and I didn't even talk about it. Maybe this will have to stay in the video at the end. But this controller is amazing, right? I was always into the Xbox style controller, right? Where the thumbstick's up here, right? So I had to get used to it. I was just holding the controller wrong. Like, I had the right hand the right way, where you have it palmed right here, but I had my hand just positioned way too high up here. So I got my hand right. I'm getting used to it, right? And these controllers are amazing, right? And it has a cord, right? The PlayStation VR 2 headset has a cord, but it just makes everything easier. Like, I don't have to worry about charging or anything like that. Like, people complain about the hard drive space. I don't know, man. I'm 40, right? So I'm playing 2 games at a time back and forth, right? And I'm and I'm playing a flat screen game on my downtime now, right? So there's 3 games there, right? And then at most I have a backup game installed for flat and 2 backup games installed for VR, right? Just already installed and whatnot. So at the most I'm gonna have what is that, 6 games installed? I have plenty of hard drive space. The battery life everyone complains about on this, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm an adult or something and I'm super OCD, but I hit the little home button, right? And I look down and see where my battery's at. If it's got 1 bar, I charge it. And if it's got more than 1 bar, I leave it. Like I was gonna get the like little charging dock and everything. I don't need it. I don't need it. Right? This works, but I'm happy with it. Let me see if anything else. Let me check. Hopefully the audio came out good this time. Um, Pro tip, right? Don't hold your hand over top of the receiver. It's not a good idea. Oh yeah, this is Kitty, Sonny. This is my stuffed animal, Kitty. Kitty has different jobs. I give Kitty different jobs. I don't need to upgrade the storage, right? Like I said, um, I have I have the 2 games I'm playing on the channel. I got the 1 game I'm playing now. I just uninstalled Horizon because now I moved on to God of War, right? And I have 2 VR games installed for the next round, and I still have like 300 gigs. I'm not worried about it. I don't need it. Plus, when you uninstall the game, your save file just stays on there. So I don't need a gajillion. Um, and so I'm not planning on upgrading it. I'm not planning on changing the plates or anything, because this matches the console, the controllers, and the VR headset, so they all match. And I'm planning on keeping all this stuff forever as background stuff for my YouTube, for my life, for my home as I live for the rest of my life. And so I'm just gonna keep them all the same color, right? What I'm upgrading is I'm getting um, some studio lights and other stuff because I have another channel I started, but I haven't put a video out on it yet, called Love of Creating. And then I have a third channel called Love VR Racing, right? And I'm buying the name brand Logitech Play Seat, um, that's specifically made to be able to handle the most powerful wheels, right? Because I can slide it on my bed and then I can put it here when I need to use it. And I'm getting the Thrustmaster RS 300 GT or something like that it's called, made for PlayStation wheel, right? And my third channel, I'm just gonna live stream and I'm gonna like competitively race and stuff. I'm gonna invest other things into the PlayStation, like a wheel and a cockpit, right? And I buy like the most expensive version of the game with all the DLC because I don't do microtransactions, right? I don't do whatever those new types of games are called with season passes and stuff. I don't do any of that. I just buy my games in full outright, and I buy all the DLC if I believe in it. Like if it's Capcom and they got like some extra stuff for the gun, right? Or if they have extra maps and stuff, yeah, I'll buy all that. I'll support all that, right? But I'm not supporting that bullshit, right? And I really feel like Microsoft is up to some bullshit, and I feel like they care about Game Pass, right? And they don't care about the Xbox itself, and they are making everyone support the Series S, right? It's bad enough that because of COVID, we have to deal with PlayStation VR or PlayStation 4 and Xbox One compatibility for so long that they haven't let go of that. But then when we finally do let go of that, Microsoft's still gonna make everyone support the S. Nah, I'm cool with that. See, the thing is everyone complains, right? About, oh, this is game's not optimized, this game's not optimized, this game's not optimized. You're buying the wrong hardware. You cannot optimize for every single combination. And the way that PlayStation is built, and the Xbox, honestly, is built, is it's just more streamlined. If you want it to be optimized, pick the system that's most optimized. And see, this dude named, I believe it's Mark Cerny, right? Created and designed the PS4 and the PS5. And when they went to build the PS5, he went to the developers and asked the developers, what do you want in a system? And they said this and this and this and this. So he made the system that the developers want, right? Xbox tells the developers, you have to make it work on Xbox Series S. And we made Xbox this way, and you have to make it work on both of them, right? Like, that's not the same, right? That's telling the developers what to do, right? So I'm thoroughly convinced I chose right. It's gonna save me money. I'm gonna have a better experience overall, right? And it's the best VR. Like, hands down, I've tried all VR all the way from back in the day until now. It is hands down the most immersive, and it just works. It just works. Everything about this just works. But I hope the audio came out this time. I have to get a better microphone, and I'm getting studio lights in 2 weeks. The microphone, we're just going to figure it out, right? Right. But thanks for watching. In case this did stay in the video, which it might, right? Just remember, playlist for the VR Studio, playlist for Resident Evil Village, whatever Google Island thinks you want to watch, and the bottom left is the heart. If you click on that, it'll subscribe to the channel, right? And whenever there's a live, there's a chance you're going to be able to see stuff in the beginning and at the end that I'm going to trim out. So that's like the little bonus, right? Right? Might keep this whole thing just so that people know in the future. But thank you for watching. Y'all have a good night.